me, and your whole world changes. Because everything I say is everything you've ever wanted to hear. So you drop your defenses, and you drop all your fears. And you're so busy feeling good that you never question why things are going so well. You wanna know why? 'Cause I'm a liar! Yeah, I'm a liar! I'll tear your mind out, I'll burn your soul, I'll turn you into me,
All of questions about an alleged connection to a $70 million welfare fraud scheme in Mississippi. Some of that money used to build a new volleyball facility at his daughter's college. ABC's
This is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in politics. If this isn't evil, I don't know what is. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's do what we do and dive deep. Welcome to Fully Alive Again.
Lopez has the latest on what this could mean for the NFL Hall of Famer. Elwyn, good morning.
Hey, Wick, good morning. The former Super Bowl winning quarterback is back in the spotlight, but this time over text messages linking him to a former top official who pled guilty in a welfare scheme. This morning, new details in what Mississippi officials are calling the largest public welfare fraud in the state's history.
We've seen a ton of welfare money that's intended for the poorest folks here in the state of Mississippi flowing to people who just simply did not need it.
A new court filing making public more text messages allegedly showing NFL Hall of Famer Brett Favre pressing former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant for money because he wanted a new sports facility at his alma mater.
Now let's break this down in layman's terms and get out of the corporate media crazy-making dialogue and narratives. What happened here is a politician, a conservative politician, who constantly talks about people pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, a conservative governor of Mississippi by the name of Phil Bryant, who partner in a scheme with former NFL superstar and Hall of Famer Brett Favre to rob little children of their money, to rob little children of their food, to rob little children of their clothing. That's what they did. Make no mistake about it. Now, here's something else to think about. Brett Favre, during his NFL career, made $138 million. And that does not include TV appearances, movie appearances that he's been in, endorsements, merch. This is an extremely wealthy man who decided and slept like a baby while doing it to talk the governor into giving him money and his other allies, his other flying monkeys, to rob the Tilly of the state of Mississippi, knowing that they're going to, or knowing what they're doing, and that they're taking funds that are allocated for the poorest of the poor. Now, keep in mind, Mississippi is the poorest state in the United States of America, with the highest population of African Americans in the United States of America. Does race have something to do with this? I'm thinking it does to a certain degree. Now, don't get me wrong, the majority of people on welfare in Mississippi are certainly Caucasian. But let's just put it this way. It wasn't robbing the rich to give to the poor. Now, both of these men are rooted in rhetoric that says, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, work hard, be fair, keep your head up. The conservative values that are preached everywhere. And the older I get, the more conservative I get. But it's these types of behaviors that widen the gap and prevent people from uniting. It's these kind of behaviors that energize the woke culture to fall for rhetoric that's hurting all of us. This makes capitalism look bad. This forces people to go to the extreme. These men need to be prosecuted and go to jail. Brett Favre has already confessed to taking $1 million for speeches that he didn't do. And you know what? He paid the $1 million back. Now let's be very clear here. He was given money, $1 million, out of the welfare fund for the state of Mississippi to conduct keynote speeches that he knew he didn't have to do, and he never did. When all of this was exposed, he then confessed that he didn't do the speeches and played like, I don't know anything. I'm just a swell guy doing right with my charities and telling kids to be good athletes and going around the country telling people that just do what you can to pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. Just doing God's work as a conservative man. It's this kind of bullshit that keeps us divided. If conservatives really want to push back at wokeism, you have got to hold people like this accountable. Because when you don't, the whole machine collapses in the minds of millions of people. That you can't be trusted. That America's full of shit. These men need to go to jail. You know what he's done so far? He's paid the money back. But he hasn't paid the interest back, which I believe is $250,000. Now, if you or I stole $100,000, $10,000, do you think if we said, here's the money back, are we good? Are we good? This is the good old boy bullshit on the right. I'm not saying it doesn't happen on the left, but this is on the right that keeps people in divided, keeps us from uniting. This is some narcissist shit too. I mean, think about this. Why would a man risk his reputation, his daughter's reputation, his legacy to rob the funds of the state for welfare? Because it's evil and it gives a massive dose of narcissistic supply. You see, these evil, sick creeps get off on doing nefarious shit behind the scenes, while all the while people think they're a swell guy. This was a mega dose of narcissistic supply. You're pulling one over on people. This is why I say time and time again, the person that usually slays you are the congenial, sweet, agreeable people that pretend to be heroes. I'm going to get my daughters, my alma mater, a gymnasium so I look like a swell guy, knowing that I stole this money from the poor. Knowing that little kids weren't eating because of what he did. Knowing that people were losing housing and the poorest of the poor were getting crushed. This man needs to go to jail. This is how we unite our country. You see, because when conservatives don't take action against egregious things like this, it makes the far left believe that capitalism doesn't work. You have to destroy the system to stop men like this. I tell you on my show, I come with the truth. I seek truth and I tell truth when I find it. Brett Favre is a piece of shit, a bona fide piece of shit, and I was a fan. I am sorry to say to all the Brett Favre fans, this is ugly in so many ways.
In the filing, Bryant, who is attempting to clear his name, shows what he says are conversations between him and the former quarterback. One message from 2017 reading, "Not sure how we can help get this facility built for V-ball, but you're the governor and on our side, and that's a good thing. Actually, a great thing. Bryant responds, "We can do that. Just get me some numbers and I'll find a way." The former governor has not been charged. He denies any involvement in directing welfare funds to Favre's project. This is all part of a civil suit filed in July that alleges Bryant and others misused $5 million intended to help the state's neediest residents and diverted it toward this volleyball facility at the University of Southern Mississippi, where Favre's daughter was attending school. The filing goes on to claim that in more texts from 2019, Favre asked Bryant for assistance to secure more funding, texting, "We obviously need your help big time, and time is working against us." Bryant responds, "We are going to get there. This was a great meeting, but we have to follow the law. I am too old for federal prison." These new court documents filed by Bryant's attorneys allege Favre and former nonprofit director Nancy New, who has already pleaded guilty to fraud in the $77 million scheme, were requesting funds from the Mississippi Department of Human Services to build the facility. In a different text exchange, Favre asking New, "If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much?" Favre has not been charged. His attorney says the former QB never knew the origin of the money, saying he only has good intentions with every charitable endeavor he has organized.
To help people believe in America and believe that we can unite and move this country forward, you have to hold these type of people accountable. I mean, come on. Come on. And they play us for fools, like narcissists do. They think they're above us. They think we're their playthings. And if he's not a narcissist, then why would a man of Brett Favre's caliber risk his reputation, his freedom, to do something so egregious and stupid? Tell me, and let me know. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. Why would he do this? Because narcissists cannot help themselves. Luciferian agents of chaos. They do what they do. This is who and what they are. They can't help themselves. And as they get older, the worse they get. And this was the ultimate narcissistic supply. This has ass clown written all over it. And for all of you Brett Favre fans, I am sorry, but I seek truth and speak truth on this channel. I'm not just here to make certain groups of people happy. Brett Favre was one hell of a quarterback and a man's man, but he is one bona fide piece of shit.
He only has good intentions with every charitable endeavor he has organized.
The DOJ is definitely closing in on others involved in this misappropriation scheme. They're going to determine who was connected to this scheme based on communications of people who are already indicted.
New is cooperating with authorities. Also cooperating is John Davis, who had control over those federal funds. He pled guilty Thursday for misspending tens of millions of dollars that were meant for those in need.
He's cooperating because there are other individuals that the state and the auditor's office and the federal authorities are interested in.
And the three-time MVP has repaid more than $1 million, but the state says he still owes more than $220,000 in interest. And Witt, a Milwaukee sports radio station, has now pressed the pause button on Favre's appearances. Witt.
All right.
I'm a liar. Oh, I'm a liar. But if you give me just one more chance, I swear I will never lie to you again. Because now I see the destructive power of a lie. They're stronger than truth. I can't believe I ever hurt you. I swear I will never lie to you again. Please, just give me one more chance. I will never lie to you again. I swear. I will never tell a lie. I will never tell a lie. No. No. Sucker! Sucker!
evil is real, and evil hits different, and dark energy is written all over this thing. Narcissists hide through their philanthropy, their gifts to people on a smaller level. This, to me, just fires me up. And the older I get, the more conservative I get. But it's these types of egregious things in our government, be it state, city, federal, these type of hidden deals that are ruining us as a people. And this is a golden opportunity to make a stance and say enough is enough of these types of backroom deals. This man robbed the state Tilly and helped rob it. He robbed it personally of what we know so far of over $1 million. As daylight starts to shine on all of this, it looks like he was a part of a $70 million scheme. He's already confessed to taking $1 million that he didn't earn and paying it back after meeting with someone in a dark room over drinks and cigars to broker a deal and keep him out of jail. And we ask ourselves why so many people in the woke community are easily fooled from the dysfunctional rhetoric coming from the other side of evil, on the Democrat side, on the far left. Why they don't buy into capitalism in this country. It's because of things like this. To unite the left and the right and to pull our country together, we have to seek truth and tell truth no matter where it's coming from. There are no teams. There's the human family. And that's enough of my rant today, but I am so let down by this man and disgusted with Brett Favre. I don't know what to do. All right, you guys, I got nothing but love for you. I appreciate you coming through. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video. Add value to society with this video. And hit that bell so you know when I'm dropping another video. And I'll catch you on the next video. Until then, God bless, peace, be well, and be a warrior for truth and freedom.
No tears, no fears, fully alive again after 6 years.